Well, hello everybody and welcome back into the kitchen. Tonight I have decided to whip up a super easy carrot loaf. Come Christmas, the holiday season, call it what you will. My grandmother used to whip up so many assorted loaves for people to enjoy. To me, that's just kind of a whole part of the wintertime scene, really, at this point, because there were always tons of them in the freezer. So I am craving carrot loaf, therefore I am making carrot loaf, and I thought I'd bring you guys along just in case any of you are interested in such a delicious treat. So let's get started. Now this is a delightfully straightforward recipe, or else I wouldn't be doing it, would I? Now, step one is we're going to start with our full cup of regular old white sugar, half a cup of cooking oil, and 2 eggs. And we're going to mix these up nice and thoroughly. And once we've got this thoroughly mixed up, we're going to need to add 1 cup of grated carrot, which really isn't a whole lot. So, now this seems really basic to people that have done this before, but my videos aren't really for that kind of people. You're going to want to do this on the finest grate you've got access to, and you'll be surprised. It doesn't really take a lot of carrot to come up with a cup of grated carrot. I'll save you watching that though. So now we're just going to dump those carrots right into there, get them all for that carroty goodness. I love the sweetness carrots add to things. I will in fact often put them in my spaghetti sauce, but don't tell anybody because most folks think that's kind of weird. Anywho, we're just going to mix this up nice and evenly and set it aside while we combine the rest of our ingredients. Won't take long. This is a super simple, easy, quick kind of thing. Okay, second mixing bowl set up, and here we go. 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, preferably sifted before you just dump it into a bowl like that. Then we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of my homemade pumpkin spice blend, because the recipe calls for nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, you know, all of those things that go into pumpkin spice blend. Then we're just going to mix this up nice and evenly before we add it to our egg, sugar, oil, and carrot mixture. Alright, now you can add nuts to this if you want, but enough nuts in this house as it is. Okay, so now we're going to add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients here. Pretty standard that. But we only want to stir it just enough to get everything kind of nice and moist. There's that word again. Everybody hates that word. Anyway, I'm just going to gently kind of stir it, fold it into itself. Everybody's got their own kind of way of doing this. This is mine. I do love the smell of that pumpkin spice blend. If you're interested, you should definitely check through the older videos, find that. It's, you know, like so many things I do here in the kitchen, super simple, and having it ready to go has made a lot of my cooking adventures just a lot easier. Now I'm actually going to call that good to go and grab my loaf pan. Okay, the recipe I'm working from calls for a 9 by 5 by 3 loaf pan, and we're bigger in a couple of ways and smaller in a couple others. So we're just going to kind of see how that goes, you know, like I do. Got our toaster oven preheating to 350. Because, you know, just about everything in the world bakes at about 350. And I'm just going to dump this in there somewhat unceremoniously. Plop she goes. We'll spread that out. And I tell you, I don't know if it's just because Canadian and stuff or what, but I am kind of inclined to put a maple drizzle on this. We'll save that idea, try it with some of this when it's cooked, and then maybe next time. But pretty much done. The oven's going to do the rest. So on that note, into a preheated oven, 350 like I said, for approximately 1 hour. We'll check it then. And then something of a bit of a public service announcement or a gentle reminder. Kids, hubbies, whatever, if you are cooking for brownie points, remember to clean as you go. Leave a clean kitchen behind you. So while I wait on that to cook, I'm doing some dishes. You should too. Here we are 1 hour later. Let's pull this beauty out. So we can do that. Come on, little silicone. So we can do the toothpick test on that. Smells fabulous. For those of you who don't know, the toothpick test is quite simple. You simply put in your toothpick, pull it out. If it comes out clean, your product is done cooking. And that looks like a nice clean toothpick. Gonna let this cool for a little while and try it in a little bit. Alright, well, it's been 20 minutes of sitting and I am super excited to cut into this and see just what we've got. I probably should have let it cool just a little bit longer, but patience has never really been my strong suit. It looks pretty good. You can see little flakes of carrot all the way through that. I'm pretty happy with the distribution. Let's give it a try. Oh, this smells so good. Kind of the sweetness of the carrot through there, and then a little bit that was on top kind of caramelized a little bit, and I can smell that pumpkin spice all through there. This is an absolutely delicious carrot loaf recipe, and it's super easy. I mean, you guys saw me do this. That is absolutely delicious. Alright. Well, the puppy's coming to join me in the kitchen here now. Not a surprise. He's a big fan of carrot loaf too. But anyway, I'm going to put the instructions or the directions or the ingredients or whatever you want to call them down in the description below the video. I strongly encourage you to give this a try at home. It really is very, very straightforward and very much worth the time. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me here today in the kitchen, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.